The air in the room didn't just turn cold, it turned heavy, like I was breathing in liquid lead. The shadow on the wall wasn't a shadow anymore. It was a void, a hole in reality that was slowly stepping out of the wallpaper. Most of you told me to trust the man in the mask. My gut screamed no, but my eyes saw the truth. He was just as terrified as I was. In that moment, I realized that an enemy you can see is better than the one you can't. I grabbed the burner phone, scrambled over the overturned nightstand, and dove into the splintered back of the wardrobe. The wood tore at my skin, the jagged edges catching on my clothes, but I didn't stop. The man in the mask grabbed my jacket and hauled me through with a strength born of pure desperation. Just as I cleared the frame, a sound like 1,000 windows shattering filled the room behind us. I didn't look back. I couldn't. We weren't in another room. We were in a narrow, pitch-black maintenance corridor that ran behind the walls of the entire building. It was a maze of rusted pipes and rotting timber. But as my eyes adjusted to the glow of the burner phone, I saw them. Thousands of Polaroids pinned to the insulation, covering every square inch of the walls. I stopped dead. Every single one of them was of me. Eating, sleeping, reading. There was even one of me from 5 minutes ago, looking at the wardrobe door. The man slammed a heavy metal door shut and threw the bolt. He ripped off his mask, gasping for air. He wasn't some monster. He was just a guy, maybe 30, with eyes that looked like they hadn't seen sleep in years. He looked at me, his voice trembling as he spoke. "I'm not the cleaner," he whispered. "I was hired to find the girl who lived here before you, Sarah." But Sarah didn't move out. She never left that room. She became part of it. The building, it doesn't just house people, it consumes them. It maps your life, it learns your fears, and then it replaces you. I backed away, the burner phone still gripped in my hand, my heart hammering against my ribs. "My name isn't Sarah," I shouted into the darkness. He stared at me, a look of pure, hollow pity crossing his face. "It doesn't matter what your name is now," he said. "Names are for the living. Once you see the shadow, you belong to the floor plan. You're just another room in the basement now." Suddenly, the burner phone in my hand chimed. It was a sharp, digital cry that cut through the silence. One final text message. I looked down at the screen, my breath catching in my throat. It was a photo, taken 1 second ago. It showed the back of my head, and the man standing in front of me. But in the photo, he wasn't a man. He was a mass of black, swirling ink, his hand reaching for my throat with fingers that were too long to be human. I looked up. The man was still standing there, looking human, looking concerned. He reached out a hand, his voice steady and calm. "We have to keep moving," he said. "The stairs are just ahead. We can still make it out." I looked at the phone, then at the man, then at the metal door behind us, which was starting to bulge inward as if something was pushing from the other side, something heavy, slow, and inevitable. I realized then that the cleaner wasn't a person. It wasn't the man or the shadow. It was the phone. It was the choice. The phone had been leading me, baiting me, using you to vote on my survival just to keep me trapped in the building's narrative. Each choice wasn't a way out, it was just another chapter in my own disappearance. I didn't take his hand. I didn't say a word. I turned and ran into the darkness of the corridor, guided only by the flickering blue light of the screen. I found a ventilation shaft and crawled until my fingers bled, until my knees were raw, until the stagnant air finally smelled like city exhaust and rain. I tumbled out onto a fire escape 3 blocks away. I didn't look back at the building. I ran until I found a crowded bus, a bright cafe, a world where things made sense. I sat there for an hour, watching the sunrise, feeling the cold metal of the burner phone in my pocket. I pulled it out to throw it into the trash, but the screen changed one last time. It was a live feed. A new room. A new apartment. And a new person moving their bookshelf to paint a wall. At the bottom of the screen, a poll appeared with 3 familiar buttons. The cycle starts again. The building has found its next tenant. And this time, I'm the one watching.
Subscribe and go back for the alternatives and more.